It's still cold. In case you were curious on how it's going in Frostpunk 2. It's still very cold. But welcome back anyway. We just got the battered Foothills explored. Well, let's go check it out. We're going to zoom out really quick and check out and see what we're dealing with here. So there are 3 points of interest on this. I actually want to zoom in. Can we see these things? There's nothing going on really here as far as I can tell. There's a little thing over here. Okay. I think is that one of the things? Okay, yeah, cool. And then over here we got one. And this is like a vehicle or something right there. Maybe. Some kind of structure. Okay, so let's zoom out really quick and take a look. Rusted engine. The jettisoned secondary engine of a dreadnought. Under its hull, we found a core. In an irreproducible, I can't say that word, irreproducible, we can't produce it ourselves, component from before the frost that we can use to power our advanced technologies. Cores were in Frostpunk 1 as well. They were also irreproducible and also very valuable for advanced technologies and stuff. Fissures in ice suggest that the dreadnought traveled to the frozen bay a long time ago. If we want to dismantle it, we can get 2 cores out of it. It will cost us 5 teams. And I think these teams, well, we have 15 of them. Yeah, so we're going to just use 5 of them, but we get them back. Like it's not like they're going to die or anything. At least I don't think they will. So we'll be able to, get them back and have them work. But we have 15 to work with. So let's spend 5 of them to get the cores. That sounds good. The second one, let's say is, let's see what this one is. So abandoned coal mine, possible settlement, mining complex inhabited by children a long time ago. Over the years, they grew older and became citizens of New London. The last miners were ordered home by the captain, but we know some coal remains in the shafts. The approach trail is in poor condition, but we found a warehouse with prefabs the captain intended to use to improve it. We could take them or leave them in place if we want to use the mine again. So this is like an option to either take these things. We get 300 prefabs for this, which is more than double our supply that we currently have. I have no income in that, but I intend to get one very soon. So we can get prefabs for that. It costs us 5 Frostland teams. And using the mine will take more teams. Now, that's interesting. So when we use the mine on an ongoing basis later on, it will take more teams to work it. That might be a deal breaker here. Or we can keep the prefabs in place, and then using the mine will take fewer teams. I have a feeling that we're going to get very spread out. We're going to be going all over the place, and we are going to be starving for teams. We're going to say, man, I wish I had more Frostland teams. I have a feeling that's going to be a thing. So why don't I get in the habit now of just trying to think, at least this time when it comes to coal especially, because it's like our lifeblood right now, let's think a little bit more long term, and I'll go ahead and leave the prefabs in. Okay. Settlements. Possible settlement. A mining complex once inhabited by children who over many years grew to the New London. Trails. What's this button doing? Trail construction. Oh, we'll take a look at that in a second. Or maybe we will. It's right here. An outpost here could increase our supply by 250 coal until its deposit of 448,000 coal is depleted. I think that's more coal than any one of our little deposits already have. So this is pretty big, actually. All right, so we need to build a trail or a skyway. Okay, we can try that. It takes 10 teams to do that. And we only have 10 teams at the moment. But I don't know what this event is. But I assume the trails will take time to build, right? Cost 25 heat stamps per route segment. Okay, how does this work? Oh, okay, so we have to actually do it ourselves. I was just thinking I press a button and it does it, but that's like the trend for this game, isn't it? No? All right, so looks like we may be able to go off that way too into the mountains later. This is not passable, but we can go that way. So do we have to click the... I feel like we have to click the little dots, right? So if I click this, yep, that's a segment. And then this can be a segment. Now there's these little posts sticking out of the ground. And if I click on the post, this tells me to confirm. Okay. If I want to go to this one, now I think maybe these posts Oh, I think I get it. Okay, these posts, I think, are our logistics place, right? Like that post coincides with this, I think. This is like right there, right? So if I was to build that trail, yeah, it's like right there. Okay, so if I was to get the other outpost, if I was to get this one online, then this could be a shorter segment. I wouldn't have to spend so many to get over there. It would be cheaper. Interesting. Okay, maybe I wait to build these until I have that one set up. But then I have to wait to... Well, I don't know how long it takes to build these. We have to go this way anyway. Let's just connect this trail. So we'll go here with this one and then over here. Yeah, it's 10 teams to build that. I have to figure out like where the boundary line is. We're going to be doing this a lot, and I apologize for that. It's like I don't know where the boundary line is to where it's like, I guess I can't zoom out or in at all here. So if I zoom in at all, it'll do it, right? I guess that's how that goes. All right. I want to see what this one does. So let's hit this. Old Observatory. This towering structure often attracts outcasts and scavengers who would rather live together in cold isolation than follow the laws of New London. The settlement has been in decline since the collapse of the observation tower. Some may be willing to reconsider their situation and join us in the city. So we can't escort them because we need 5 Frostland teams, but we can get more people. So I think we'll wait till the existing teams are done, and then we'll just check back in on that. And then in the meantime, we have this here too. What's this? Makeshift shelters. Overpopulation and dwindling fuel reserves forced many residents of New London to take refuge in these temporary shelters. Yeah, we want to do this too. Also requires 5 Frostland teams. We'll come back to that later too. Okay, I've already observed that. I just forgot. Anyway, Frozen Bay. This is a... requires 10 teams. This is the next place we can go and observe too. Okay, so we'll let them get on with making that. And what I want to get on with, what I've been wanting to get on with, is I want to start addressing some of our shortages. And specifically, I want to address the goods shortage. But because we're also having a bit of a coal shortage at the moment, that doesn't feel good either. So I do need to address the coal situation. We have this blasting coal mine in this district, but we don't have one in the other district. So there's another district here that doesn't have that. And so I'm thinking maybe we could add another blaster in there. I realize that that's going to make some people mad. Oh, I don't have the workforce. Oh, well, when I bring those people back, then I will. Hang on, I have 5 teams now. So let's bring those people back now, because we can. Yeah. So we're going to bring back 2,283 Frostlanders. Now, they are part of that faction. They are Frostlanders. So that community is going to get more influential. But I need the people, so let's bring them in. And then the other option is to bring the rest of them, but it looks like we need to utilize a new fuel source in order for them to do that. So they don't want to come over here if we're relying on coal still. I don't blame them. All right, we got an event in the middle of the city. Let's check it out. Ray Bourne, 32, scout, daring to dream. We have a council. Oh, sorry. What's the tone? He seems like he's angry. Yeah. Yeah. We have a council. But will anything actually change? For years, the Faith Keepers have just had their way. But if this is a chance to block some of their idiotic ideas... I don't know what the accent is anymore. I've lost it. We can show the city reason. Convince them to adapt to the frost, to embrace this new ice age, and tear ourselves away from our addiction to the generator. I'll speak with the others tonight. Those who disagree with Faith Keeper views gather and discuss how they can change the city? Excuse me? Okay. A new voice. We have evolvers. Oh, good. A new faction to have to listen to all the time. Great. They dislike the blasting coal mine. Of course they do, because they're basically Frostlanders, but they've maybe gotten more extreme. 512 Frostlanders have organized in a faction. These evolvers prize cold rationality, personal achievement, and adaptation to the frost by any means necessary. So this is like Frostlanders have some extremists among them, and they're called the evolvers. Okay. So adaptation, merit, and reason. Coddling failure breeds weakness. We must instead reward accomplishment. Okay. We must reorder all facets of life with clear minds and cold hearts. Now, they want to pass childhood mandatory schools, contagion prevention, and community service expedition support. So they still like the expedition support. I was actually thinking about doing schools today. So over here we have the research tree, and we need to do that too. You'll see that we have one right here, and Frostland, right? It also says hold left alt for the resource drawer. So we can see the resource drawer in this area while we're in here. So this is kind of like remind us so we don't have to exit the research tree. We can see what our resources and stuff are at a glance while we're deciding. But you may recall I promised the Frostlanders that I would enact a policy. And that promise is in the Frostland tab here. So we have to go in here. Skyways, harvester hangars, logistics bays, scouts headquarters, right? I promised I would do this, scouts headquarters. So this is the survivalist headquarters. And this is what I promised I would do. Constructed in the logistics district. Base of operations where staff officers subject hand-picked scouts to intensive drilling and oversee exploring expeditions. This is going to make the territory threat levels be decreased. So these ones that are very dangerous will be less dangerous now. Also, our exploration time gets decreased. All these things are good. We're going to go ahead and get this because I said I would. It looks to me like the Evolvers also want this, which makes sense. I made the promise to them before after all. Obviously, these guys are not necessarily into it, are they? Oh, are they? Scouts headquarters? It seems like everybody's in agreement here. Kinda, right? Let's just get it. Okay, so I said I would get it, and there I go. So I'm getting it now. Now, the question is, will I get it in time? Because this says I have 8 weeks. And this here says it'll take 10 weeks in 1 day. So I might be too slow on that. I'm not sure if there's any way to speed it up. Perhaps I can click the research center or something. Maybe I can do this. Research Institute. If I... Oh, look at that. I can zoom right in on it. That is interesting. I wonder what the practical utility of having all these spinny things is on that building. Either way, I was going to look to, push researchers. Impose strict deadlines on researchers to accelerate their progress. Trust will fall, but research speed is extremely increased. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, so I can get ahead of this. And right away, you see, we're definitely getting ahead now. That definitely helped, but trust is falling. But we need that research. And okay, that's it, actually. It's done. So it's a one-time little boost. Yep. But now it's done in 3 weeks or so. So we definitely got it in time now. And that will fulfill my promise, so they won't hate me. Which is good, because their faction just got stronger, right?
The Evolvers encourage you to skip temple service and instead attend their prosthetic arm wrestling competition.
I freaking love that. That's awesome. Okay, so we did the research thing. We satisfied that. Demand, very good. Relations with the Frostlanders improve, and now the trust can go up. I like it. Okay, there's also this other one. So you saw the research before, and we're going to get that going again because I think we need to. Scout training would be nice. There's all these other tabs. Like, there's a lot of different researches we can go down here, and we should really investigate these for sure. But I think, like, the health of people, right? We should probably get hospitals, that kind of thing, for example. There's youth research over here. We could look at that too. Liberated youth. Unlocks youth employment programs. We can have kids work, all that stuff. I know how much you guys love that stuff when you're playing Frostpunk. But like a lot of these other groups and stuff, they don't have solutions to everything. So not every faction is going to have an opinion on every policy. And so I don't know exactly what we're going to look to do here, but you can see this one, it says crime. Interesting. Crime that way, crime that way. Okay. So this is like we're going down a crime tree. Population growth, workforce, all that's good. Yeah, but that's a youth thing. Research speed, disease. I don't know if we're going to have to deal with sickness very often, but I kind of like the idea of getting health going pretty soon here. And it seems to me that 2 of the factions are looking for a full hospital. 200 workers, 20 heat demand, disease going down slightly, unlocking a few things here. And then the recovery hospitals. Where should we treat people in need of intensive medical care? Yeah, so we construct the hospitals in housing districts. And I'm not sure what the real difference is between... Okay, well, there's a teaching hospital, a recovery hospital, and a regular hospital. I don't know what the difference in between these things are, but the Frostlanders are now 50% of the city. So that combined with the Evolvers, yeah, they're definitely the majority now. So I'm going to have to deal with that a little bit. So I kind of want to go through these and just see, you know, where everything is, what they are, which ones are available to me. Sawmills sound interesting. Untreated sawmills. Yep. Mechanized sawmills. Right? Construction of sawmills, frozen wood directly into mulching machines that separate usable material from waste byproducts. But it's just going to increase squalor and stuff. So there's like a lot of things I have not seen that I really want to just take a look at. So let me just do that really quick. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to read for a little while, and it's going to take up the entire video if I do that with you guys. So I'd rather just kind of know where things are and sort of have a game plan of how I want to proceed, and then just walk you through that as we go, right, with the different videos and stuff. So just give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've had some time to look over a few different things to kind of figure out what my priorities are. So at the top of the screen, we can see that we have a deficit of coal, of course. We need to improve that. And we also need to improve food, our materials, our goods, our housing, all the things, right? So I think priority number one right now should be trying to get heat under control so that I can expand I can make more districts or expand the other districts to kind of settle the other things. I think heat is really at the core of my problem pretty much all the time in this game. So that's kind of what we're going to go for in first. So I have two options here for this. I can go to heat dispatcher. And what the heat dispatcher does, or the actuated heat dispatcher does, is it is going to make our heat demand drop, which is good. We can construct these in food extraction, industrial, logistics, and housing districts. All of these things can be installed as extra buildings requiring resources in all these districts to reduce heat demand. It will raise squalor slightly, but it might be worth it because the actuated ones take half the workforce and generate double the heat, or rather have double the effect from me, right? And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm thinking that this is kind of one of the things to do here, but that requires extra building. Over here at the advanced coal mines, we also have two differing opinions. The Frostlanders and the Evolvers wanting me to do an advanced shaft, while the New Londoners and the Faithkeepers are looking for me to do an additional blasting coal mine. Now, the blasting one will give me more coal output, but squalor is significantly increased with this. With the shaft, we don't get any squalor. It does reduce coal output from 360 down to 300, and it requires more workers. So what I'm thinking is we're going to go down this shaft, which requires slightly more workers, but doesn't give me squalor. And then we'll hit over here to the actuated heat dispatcher, which will give me a greater benefit here and reduced workers. So it kind of levels out. You still get squalor from this, from one of these, but at least it's only a slight increase instead of a more dramatic increase. Like we get here, significantly increased. So I think that's where I'm going. As far as what to do first, I'm thinking the coal output is something I want first. This takes 10 weeks to do. And this right here will also take 10 weeks. And we can afford both of them at some point, just like one after the other. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. We're going to have the advanced coal mine shaft here. This is going to be kind of on the side of the Frostlanders and the Evolvers. But with this side, we're siding with the New Londoners and the Faithkeepers. So we're kind of giving both what we need. A little bit, you know, a little bit for you guys, a little bit for you guys, tit for tat, if you will. Well, I mean, the tat is what I get on my end, which is hopefully positive numbers up here, because I really need to get that under control. Okay, we need a housing district, as you know, and I haven't really gotten my frost over here yet, and I would really like to do that. I really want to get over in this area for the housing. So I think I will take... Okay, it won't actually let me do it, will it? Because I'm already cleared out this way. But they won't... It doesn't appear to want to let me do this. So if I was to place a housing district I think it has to start here. It can't start out here. Not enough cells to finish the district. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, maybe we won't be able to do it here. That's gonna have to be something we look at. The one thing to do though, that I want to do here though, is an industrial district. So this gives us 10 prefabs a week, but we can actually reconfigure this to produce goods instead. And so I'm gonna place this over here near the material area. We can get 3 in here, and that way they'll always have the heat benefit from this. And then we'll just kind of do this, and this will be an industrial district that we can use to generate goods. Now it's going to start by generating prefabs initially, and maybe that's okay, but I need to do something else about it too. Okay, so for food, if we expand this district, I want to expand it here, but it doesn't look like I'm allowed to. I can only expand it this way. That is very weird. Is it because of frost? Have I not done that yet? I haven't done that yet. Wow. Well, that takes care of it then, doesn't it? We're gonna go, yep, that way. Yeah, something like this. Although I have to have the minimum for expansion done, so I guess I have to do that instead, I guess. Yeah, we can do something like this. That gives us more surface area to add the other district later. Yeah, we'll do something like this instead. Expand it out that way. And I'm hoping that getting into that other deposit will allow us to get more food. Okay, we have this event, but before this event, well, I don't know if it's going to matter. We have this over here. I've been trying to explain it, but I just keep getting distracted. There's a lot of things to do. That's our research tree in there. On the other side, though, we can create laws. So I'm going to see what this is. Maybe it'll influence what laws I need, because if I do a law now and then they want something, that's going to suck. So let's just see what it is. Feral children. No common rules. Oh boy. Well, that's going to have to be the law I work for then. Steward, 5 children are dead and dozens lay wounded after 2 large youth gangs met for what they call a rumble. Most of the children were armed with knives. The fighting escalated in a full-scale battle. As the parents of the deceased mourn, many insist that these children should not have been left unattended. Indeed, many backstreet alleys seem to be overtaken by uncared-for youth. Some areas are beginning to be dangerous even for adults. The persistent lack of law regulating childhood is causing crime and tension to rise even further. So right now, crime is slightly increased. We need to commit to resolving this issue. You'll have 30 weeks to pass either family apprenticeship or mandatory school. Well, I'm about to do a law anyway, so yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna hit this, and then we're gonna come over into here. So we can also, push forward a law ourselves. We don't need them to bring it up to us, right? So survival, city, society, and rule are the 2. Now, rules are different than laws in that rules require 2/3 majority to pass. Communities will vote based on their relations, and in times of high tension, they will be more inclined to support giving me more power. Rules allow me to have a bit more power. So we can either go down sort of an iron fist approach by going guard enforcers. Steward may deploy squads of well-trained, well-equipped guards to put down disruptions and otherwise keep the peace. Or we can go down guided voting. The steward may declare a motion vitally important to the city's survival, curtailing debate and convincing many wavering delegates to support it. Kind of depends on which route I want to take here. This one comes down closer to martial law. This one here kind of goes down to propaganda, police, etc. Trying to make them believe how I want to believe as opposed to just forcing them by fear, right? So we could go down guided voting and bring that up. The other thing, and this is going to be really bright, so just be careful here. I wish they would make these menus all the same, but I kind of understand why they don't. Yeah. It's like, bam! So laws are all on these white screens here, and then the rules are in the dark screens, right? But these require just 51%. All the laws and stuff require 51%. So in the society tree, family is what we just committed to do. And I was kind of looking to do this too, because in the last video we had that punk kid with a knife. So we're gonna try this. So right now we have no rules. for this. We're going to change it. So that's what's enforced right now. We have two options. Family apprenticeship. All children must work alongside one of their relatives so that they learn their trade and continue the family tradition. This is going to have a lot of support. I probably don't need to really talk to anyone to get them to do this. There's only 4 that are like committed against this. And then we have mandatory schools. To guarantee that all children have the skills and knowledge needed in the city, we will establish a mandatory school program supported by the city. Research speed will get increased by this, but we will also have less heat stamps per capita. So we're going to make less money, if you will, but we'll have increased research speeds. I don't know if it has any effect on their work later on when they get older. In Frostpunk 1, I believe it made them more efficient workers. I don't know if it does that here because it doesn't say. But, oh, look, there's an extra picture, different picture. That's cool. Look at that. That's cool. Man, those are some long, lanky fingers, though, aren't they? Those hands. Whew. Anyway, this one here, though, has a direct impact on the number of workers that can work. Percentage of active workers increase. This will give them the skills necessary to keep things going. I'm not entirely sure which one is best here, but since this one gives me more workers, still takes them off the street, and will maintain my heat stamp income, I like this one. So I'm going to do this one here. Family apprenticeships. Sounds good to me. We're going to propose this. Now, I don't think I need to negotiate this at all. We probably have a lot of like overwhelming support for this, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and hit the negotiation button, and this is going to let me get a feel for what these factions like. Remember, we have an extra faction now, so I don't exactly know what they want to do. So, New Londoners, they're open to negotiate. Most of them are hesitant on this. Faith Keepers are not going to negotiate this because they want it. So there's no reason for me to negotiate with something they already want. The Frostlanders are open to negotiation as well. They have 50 delegates. And Evolvers won't negotiate this because it's against their worldview. So we probably need to negotiate with the Frostlanders again, just kind of get them on our side here. I thought I would have more support for this, but it doesn't look like I necessarily will. So why don't we see what the Frostlanders want again? I want them to vote for this. What do they want? Well, they want weather-adjusted shifts. That's not too bad. Production efficiency gets slightly decreased. Disease is also slightly decreased. And our heat demand in our districts, other than housing, is also decreased. So that's pretty good. I want to reduce that heat, right? I'm really into making sure we always have lots of heat. They also want dust coal mines. I don't really want to do this. We're going to increase the disease and stuff. I'm not really into that. And then they also want Vanguard logistics bays as a building to make. Logistics bays storing and handling only essential surviving gear, providing training to how to use it efficiently. It doesn't seem so bad. It has a 600 workforce requirement, though. Overall, I think this is probably the best one to go with. So I'm going to take the weather-adjusted shifts, and I'm going to commit to researching this for them. So let's go ahead and accept that. Now we will definitely get this voted for, because they will definitely vote for it now. Okay, so I already have 67 votes.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
So I don't know how many of those Frostlanders would have voted for it anyway, but I'm fine with committing to some kind of research agreement that already sounds like a good idea to have anyway. So we'll go ahead and do that. Childhood regulated. All right, trust rises. Childhood law has been regulated. You kept your promise and avoided unnecessary chaos in the city. Good. Okay. Tomorrow morning, you're coming with me to the workshop. Reverend Faithkeeper. You're coming with me. I don't want our child toiling in the mines. Well, you're going to learn. You don't have to work as a child, but you're going to watch Dad do it, so you learn how it works. Okay. So, Stuart promised them some nonsense. Yeah, well, I think you'll like it better. I think you will, eventually. Heat stamps. Evolvers are suggesting an action. Steward, we're struggling with heat stamps. A group of evolvers have come forward with an idea on how to solve it. We should pass durable goods. Let us pursue it, and the city will benefit. The evolvers look with distrust at what other communities propose. They would surely appreciate you getting behind their idea. Durable goods sounds like a good thing. Investigate the solution. So if they have a way to solve heat stamps, it warrants our attention. If we promise them that we will pass durable goods within 60 weeks. Okay. What is durable goods? In order to make best use of scarce resources, we will focus on producing sturdy and easily repairable goods. Goods demand per capita is slightly decreased. That's not bad. So in other words, like our stuff that we're consuming will last a little bit longer, so we don't need to produce as many of them. That sounds great. Or we can disregard the issue, and that will slightly worsen things with the evolver. The thing is, that's going to be a law, right? Yeah. I mean, I might want it, sure. But I don't want to do it because I have to. I don't want to promise it. It's a slight relations bump with like what, 6%, 4% of the city. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to commit to it. I may do it anyway, but I'm not going to commit to it because that's a problem. Because if I don't do it right away, then things can go bad, and I don't want things to go bad. Now, you can't just pass laws back to back to back to back like this. The council goes into recess. They only meet a certain amount of time. So every law you pass, it's kind of a big decision because you are going to be time limited. All right, we have 1721 more among us. That's a problem. We need so much more housing. Okay. Yeah, heat demand is decreased. Oh, we're on a warmer season now. That's fantastic. So all of a sudden we have a surplus. Okay, good. For some reason, I don't have the prefabs. Okay, I need prefabs. Now, this district should be making prefabs right now, but we can switch it to produce goods instead if we want to. I really do need prefabs because I need to make houses. So that's an issue. But maybe we can get another industrial district. And I was thinking of getting it over here. Isn't this something where we have to, don't we have to extract this? Isn't this more of an extraction thing, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I should be extracting this stuff. We should do this here, actually. Let's extract here. That's going to give us the bonus. And then we get that. I think we get that district up and running too, so that we can get some prefabs that way too. So we're making them here using materials, which is eating into our material supply. But then we're also going to be extracting them from the ground too. Okay, so since we're going to be doing that, I think the other thing to do, since we have the coal, we have the heat surplus. I really need prefabs bad. I want to get over here and start getting the materials over here too, because there's an infinite supply of materials over here too. But right over here, I think we can expand off this district potentially as well, right? Yeah. So there's our extraction, our wood extraction district here. If I expand you now to get you to go like that, like we planned, go do that. That'll give us some more. And then if we can, we should be able, and I just ran out. I ran out of heat stamps. I have to wait.
Don't shield your apprentice from the dangerous aspects of your job. This is how they learn.
This is how they learn. Okay, crime in the city. The crime problem in New London continues to worsen. Interesting. Scarcity of goods may drive people to acts of crimes when they don't see other ways to obtain necessities. Making goods available helps ensure people don't revert to free-for-all. If they do, watchtowers and prisons might become necessary. It's also worth examining if our laws are helping us fight crime. It may be more difficult to ensure order as the population rises. If crime runs rampant, people might be injured or killed. Tensions will grow, and radicals among us will grow in popularity. We'll best ensure it doesn't come to this. Okay, so crime has risen to a concerning level, it says. Yeah. Really brought on by the goods scarcity. Population size is a problem too. We have to expand housing in order for them to not feel cramped. So that's the kind of the thing we need to focus on here. I think once this is up, we're going to be getting more materials, but it's still not going to be enough because we still need more materials. So yeah, like adding more housing is something I wanted to do. It just won't let me do it without the prefabs. I'm starting to regret not having those extra prefabs, right? From the mine. Could have had those 300 prefabs. Really could have. Advanced coal shaft mining is done. We can build it, provided we have what it takes to build it. We can start building up our storage of coal, our stockpile. It's probably a really good idea to do that as well. All right, let's see what happens with the crime level if we can somehow get some goods into the system. So this is only giving us these prefabs. It's giving us 10 per week. And this side right here is granting us 15 per week on the extraction. If I switch this to being goods, we then produce 25 goods per week, which is still not nearly enough. We need a lot more than that. But at least we're producing some. So maybe it will help a little bit. But we definitely need more. So any chance I can... I can't expand this because I need the prefabs in order to expand it too. Damn. Looming cold. Problems in the city. As the captain's authority weakened, different groups started pulling the city to their own directions, or in their own direction. New London grew overpopulated. Whiteouts ruined expansion attempts, and now coal is finally running out. Without heat and shelter, people will start freezing to death. Although the captain appointed you before him, proved him wrong. Interesting. Cold has risen to a concerning level. People may die or suffer frostbite. Tension is too high. People are afraid. I'm sorry. I don't see any problem with the heat. What's going on? I don't see any issue here. Goods production. Should be making goods. All the heat should be fine in these areas. Should be anyway. We really need more materials, man. I am running out so fast. Gosh. What do I got to do for that? Logistics. I can't build any of these things. I just don't have the resources to do it. I don't have heat stamps. Is it heat stamps that's blocking me completely? Yeah, I think pretty much the only thing stopping me right now is heat stamps. All these other things can be built, technically. And another industrial district won't matter if we don't have the materials. So we need more materials. And that's right here. I need to get this stuff cleared out so we can get these materials. So we'll go like that. Yeah. Let's clear this out and we'll get another extraction district up here that is capable of, I hope anyway, is capable of giving us what we need. So not industrial, I need the extraction. These 150 prefabs. Yikes. I mean, that's what I'm trying to build is the prefab makers. So I have to wait on that. Deadly cold. Due to cold, some of our people have frozen to death. I literally cannot make this. Like, I would love to. I would. I don't have the prefabs. And then bringing in more people. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea after all. Yeah, we haven't connected the trail all the way in here yet either. Because I could have got that coal too. This one right here actually is a resource that's nearly depleted. Yeah, there's only 28 weeks of coal left in this one. Well, people are gonna start freezing to death, I guess. I'd love to help you. I'd love to give you homes. I really would. Deposits run low. Coal is running out. Steward, some of our coal deposits in the district will soon run out. The Faith Keepers and New Londoners believe that they can use explosives to access deeper veins of coal. The Frostlanders say that we should send children for mist ore in the tighter tunnels. Some did this as kids themselves in the abandoned mine outpost, and they survived unscathed. Should we support any of these ideas to extend the deposit? So my choice is blow shit up, which will improve my relationship with the New Londoners and Faith Keepers, or recruit the children. Wow. And available coal in all deposits will increase by 15%. So I get more by using kids. All right. Work in narrow tunnels. I got to imagine some of these kids are going to die though, right? Like there's always that. If we avoid all risks, then nothing will happen, right? The explosives could cause devastation. The children may die. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I really don't know. Let the kids do it. I need the coal. All right. The kids can go do their thing.
Beware of frostbite.
Okay, we are
Your face
really bad here. I only have 5 weeks left of materials, and then everything's going to start breaking. If I don't get the necessary... yeah, right here. Extraction. Thank you. All right. I need this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, is that going to allow me to expand? I want to be able to get both of these things. I want to be able to get all of them with my expansion. If I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then the 3 expansion only gives me to here. So I don't think there's any way to get all of these. I don't think anyway. So I'm going to have to leave one behind. There's not enough. Right, your expansion is 9 total tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If we omit this one, then it's still 10. We can't omit both of them because we can't connect them then if we do that. So we're going to have to leave one behind. So, and it looks to me like I won't be able to get close enough to another district either. I need to get close enough to another district to make this happen. Otherwise, there's going to be a heat problem over here too. Now it's possible we could use... aren't there heaters? There's the survivalist headquarters. We didn't even build that yet, did we? Did I build that yet? I shouldn't build that until I have this done. Okay, hang on. Now, can I expand this one? No, I've already expanded that one. I expanded this one? Okay, maybe we can expand this one. If I go... Is this an extraction district? This is materials. This is an extraction district. Okay, so maybe we can do it this way. Since this district can be expanded, we can go 1, 2, 3 to expand that. Okay. Then we can clear out the frost in this area, I guess. Yep. I don't really need to do it all over there, but we'll do it. So we expand this one, that gets those 2 deposits, and then we can make the other one right here. And hopefully that lets us get up a good border right here. Hopefully. Deaths due to cold. Problems in the city. Working on it. Steward, cold waves in the city. People were found frozen not only in the open streets, but some in their houses and workplaces as well. The air is thick with grief and anger. People fear the horrors of years past return under your leadership. They want the council to ensure new laws can help with fighting the crisis. I know. I have to get people to live. All right, we have cold, or we have heat. Heat's not the issue, it's housing. They don't have a place to live. And I still can't build this stupid thing because I need the prefabs. I'm working on it. I have to build this stuff over here to maintain, otherwise everything will break. So I'm going to try this. Let's swap you back to prefabs for now. Now we're just going to have crime going up. It's just the way it is. All right, now we have 3 tiles we can go in here. So we could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then expanding later from there we go 1, 2, 3. And we can have them all at that point. Build that too. All right. I'm just got to wait for the prefabs that can build the houses, and then everybody will be fine, okay? We'll be fine. It's just, you know, tension is notable. You think? Are you guys dying over here too? Yeah? Fire in the shaft. Oh, good. Coal is running out. Steward, a fire has broke out in our coal mine. If we don't react, we'll lose the mine along with the deposit. Some of the Faith Keepers engaged in the rescue effort insist that we can still save the mine by cutting off the air supply to the shaft and suffocating the flames. Well, that sounds great. But some of the child miners are still making their way out. Oh. It'll suffocate them too. All right, so we can save all the people, but the blasting coal mine will be destroyed, and the district's remaining coal reduced by 50%. Well, there's not that much coal left in there anyway, though, so we're only losing maybe 10 weeks worth of coal. If we run out of coal, the whole city will freeze. Some child miners would die. I want to save the children, I think. This deposit doesn't have a whole lot in it anyway, right? We saw that earlier, like it was like running low. So again, I don't know if this is the right call, but we're just gonna save the children. Let's save the kids. Cool. All right, so at this point, we're really struggling here with coal, but okay, there's good news. That's destroyed. The blaster's destroyed. We don't have this anymore, all right? So it's not causing problems anymore. Demolition's in progress. Here's the thing though, right? I have another one. And I can do this, all right? So we have these. So if I take the advanced coal shaft and I put it in this mine over here, that's gonna kind of help us with that deficit. I can just stick this in there. 131 froze to death.
An automaton has broken down and is blocking traffic.
They're breaking down. I have to have the materials. And now I've got materials. Finally, there's a surplus of materials. I've been trying to work on that. So let me get that going. The prefabs are here. We're almost done. Just give me 200 prefabs and I'll make a damn housing district. Come on. Right there. Stop. Okay. Housing district needs to happen. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. We'll build another one right there. Okay. Now we're also getting really low on food. I have no prefabs to do that either. Yeah, I don't have any prefabs to do this. It needs 50 prefabs to expand, and I'm low on food. Let's get a law here. I need people. Community service, contagion, basic necessities, contagion prevention, survival. Food additives. Okay. Where's my soup? Foraged additives. Only natural foraged ingredients may be added to food. We will train people to forage for these in the Frostland. Okay, so this will provide food. Citizens will provide some food. Yes. Chemical additives. No, we can do this. This is fine. We're going to propose this. And I think we have mostly... I think we pretty much have everybody on board for this. And it looks like we're at 42 that have already pledged for it. Frostlanders are mostly for it. They won't negotiate anyway. So, like, the only ones that are... These guys are mostly against. I'm not really going to give New Londoners anything, am I? I think this will pass anyway. I think this will pass anyway. Let's enact this really quick. There we go.
Law has been approved.
Good. So now we need forage additives. Hopefully that helps our food population. Now we're only down 25 food. Okay. If we can somehow get just a wee bit more food out of this, that would be swell. And I think we can do that as long as I can expand this. There it goes. So right here, one. That's all I can get to, though, is just that one. I can't get over to these. But I can give you something to... Well, if I do that, I at least have 2 surfaces for the heat transfer, but I'd have to go 1, 2, 3 on the district, and then that might be wasteful, but we're going to do that anyway, just to see if that little addition can get us a positive with food. We have a positive with coal again. We have a positive with materials now. The housing district is almost done. That would hopefully help us with that a little bit. Okay, not enough, but a little bit. Let's go ahead and expand this if we can. And I think we expand it by wrapping it around on this side. Yeah, let's expand it that way for more people to live. And then, of course, the citizens will provide food as well. So as this grows with more people, our food surplus maybe... Well, food maybe becomes a surplus. Who knows? Lucy Fairweather, 13 years old. She's a miner. Afraid of the cold after the mine collapsed. I'm tired of people treating me like a baby. I knew it was risky working in the mine, but I chose it because Grandma froze to death. My mom froze to death, and my brother lost his hands. Man, she's just having a rough time, isn't she? So, if I died in the hole, stoking the fire, if I saved one family from seeing the ice on their mom's face, then it'd be worth it, see? But no one asked me. They let the coal burn. And now it's getting proper cold again. The city will need more fuel when the temperature drops. Yeah, it will. I know. Speaking of which, we need to get to that other mine over there. We need to get to that other place over there. So if I can go... Let's hit research really quick here. Food energy efficiency. Let's try this. Base heat demand for food district is significantly decreased. Well, that's good. But that doesn't help me get food. Nope. I want to go back. That doesn't help me get food. Can I get food? Resources. Filtration. Sawmills. Factories. Factories. Salvaging factory. Mechanical factory. None of these things are quite what I'm looking for here. How about in here? Hot houses, like this direction. Like this is food. Hot houses. Yeah, that's what I want. The bio-waste hot house. Industrial-sized hot house where organic waste ferments in large vats, fertilizing revolving shelves of crops. 70 food output. Disease is slightly increased. Or we go to chemical hot house. Squalor will be slightly increased. We get 50 output instead of 70, but it takes less workers. Yeah. I'm thinking I want the most. Disease slightly increasing does suck. We'll have to go down to health at some point, but I'm gonna grab this. We need food now. Nell Sinkfield, 38, housewife, worried about her son, looking for a culprit. Little Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as a generator. It's them Turners. I know it's them. They got that new flu. And here they are, strolling about the neighborhood, carrying on with their business. They're killing people. That's what they're doing. Oh, please, Lord Almighty. I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's got to get through to them. The lack of a law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Okay. Frostlanders' demands failed. I broke their word again because I didn't do things. They look upon your rule. I didn't do the thing I said I would do. Like, there's just so much to focus on, man. There's just like, your housing's bad, your food's bad, your material storage is bad, like everything is bad. So I said I would do something and I didn't do it. You know what? It's not the end of the world, right? Things could be worse, all right? It really could. I wonder if we can get any additional coal out of this place if I built the shaft here. I wonder what that would do. If I built... No, I need the heat stamps anyway. I know there's nothing here. I know there's nothing in this district, so it's just shut down. But I'm curious if maybe later on, if I can put that shaft there, maybe we can still grow that. Maybe we can still use it. I don't know. We still have to find that permanent source of fuel outside the city. And I think maybe if I just take a look at it from across the way here, I don't really see... Well, there's like this little... There's kind of a walking path there, isn't there? Sort of. Crime is still bad. I don't have any goods. I'm really struggling with goods. I need to get that going, man. It is real tough out here, I'm telling you. So let's get I don't know, another industrial district. Will that even increase the amount we can have here? Like, does that even help anything? If I go like this, does it do anything for me? Oh, I don't want it to be right next to people's houses. Yep. Plus 20 heat. I mean, I don't know whether that's going to actually do anything for my ability to output. So it looks like... Yeah, okay. So that's an extra 10. It's an extra 10. That's not bad. An extra 10 is okay. We're still 15 food down, and we have only 2,000 food remaining. 2,000 food. It's really not good, is it? Let's... I mean, we can't put another food district without doing additional frost stuff, so... Get the other frost stuff over here. There. That's fine. Is there additional fertility over this way? Yeah, there's some right here. We could use this right now, actually. Let's try this. We'd have to get it close to another district to help with the heat. So, tell you what, why don't we do this? We'll put a housing district right here. So we'll go 1. Okay, get out of my way, interface. We'll go 1, 2, 3 to lock that in. And then we'll head out towards these. Or like that. Yep. That'll give us another district at least to put this nearby. We're gonna get this, okay? I know it's really rough, but we're gonna get this. We're just finding the balance, all right? I'm not clicking that yet. All right, Biowaste Hothouse. New building proposed by Evolvers. Didn't we just... I just did that, didn't I? Evolvers want that. Yeah, I can do it. Right here. Biowaste Hothouse. We can put that right there. Boom. Any more? I can only have one. That's fine. That should help our food actually right there. That should be enough. That plus these houses. We're getting there. It's real close. Extend this district. Let's make sure we're not going to get in the way of the food though. So the food one is right here. So as long as I don't expand into that tile, I should be fine. So we don't want to, we can't expand there. Okay, that's where food is. Good. So we can go 1, 2, 3. We'll expand out that way like that. And then we'll get another food district. There's the cold season.
Will soon plummet.
Yep.
Beware.
I know. All right, I know. But the good news is people have houses now. So they can't complain all that much. At least not as much as they were before. Sick neighbors. No common rules. Stewart, this morning a house has been walled off from the rest of the neighborhood. The inhabitants escaped after a while, but they found that local shops and amenities refused to service them. I don't know who did it, but it's for the best, I tell you. Them people's got all sort of bugs. The place is healthier without them, claimed a local pub owner. The latest spread of influenza has indeed hit the district hard, and people are on the edge. Maybe we ought to define common rules for this to appease tensions. We can commit to resolving the issue. Either we need to do supported quarantine or infectious badge. Okay. Probably going to do the quarantine thing. And we can do that right now. So city contagion prevention rules. So supported quarantine. Shelter demand per capita is slightly increased. Or we can increase tensions, but have disease decreased. I think I want disease significantly decreased. We just have to have a slightly higher shelter demand, which I'm already struggling with, but I just started getting it under control, damn it. I like the disease being significantly decreased, though. I do like that. I am accepted, but, you know, it ain't looking really good here. There's a lot of stuff that's maybe not good here. The Frostlanders are 49%, and they're evolvers there. So like, that side is still more than half the influence on the city. Let me see how they feel about this. They're open to negotiate. Okay, so evolvers are pretty extreme. They're not going to do it at all. Faithkeepers won't do it at all either, but they're for it. All right, let's tell the Frostlanders we'll do something for them. You think they'll believe me? Vote for. All right. Expedition support. Just enacting another law. Use a community action to grant agenda. Frostlanders community action. Let Frostlanders choose the next law to be voted in the council. Ooh, that one is... That's rough. That's now I'm gonna go with no on that one for now. Oh yeah, they still want the weather adjusted thing. Yeah, I didn't do that. That's the thing I didn't do. Research and hold vote. Weather adjusted shifts. Well, I didn't do it before. You think they'll accept it this time? I said I'll do it this time. You think they'll believe me? Let's find out. Okay, so that passed easily. Very good. Very easily. All taken care of. I did it. Trust can rise. And now we need that weather adjusted thing. So worker shifts is right here. Weather adjusted shifts is what I said I would do. So let's go ahead and just get that. And we'll start that up right now. That is gonna reduce. It's gonna reduce the demand on coal by by a lot, I think, if I remember correctly. It reduces the demand on coal. Did we ever get to... No, I need to get over there. Waiting for... Why can't I do it right now? Yeah, heat stamps. Come on, heat stamps. There it is. All right. Let's clear this frost a little bit more. Whoops, I keep forgetting. Okay, let's clear that frost over to this part here. Just like that. Gosh, these guys are needy. They want something else now. They want even more things from me. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. We're almost there. Come on. There's just a little bit more to do. Extraction. I want to get more material so I can make more goods. Huh? But I need to... I have to do it here and here and here. And these guys don't like that. This is a housing district. So they don't want to be near me, near all this stuff. So we need a different district to go between these things. How do they feel about being near a food district, I wonder? You guys are okay with that? Okay, so this is the food district I wanted. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. That's going to take care of our food issues right there. Now we have to address the heat, because the heat is always on, all right? It is always a problem. Frostlander's demands met. Good. I kept my word this time. Now they trust me again. Oh my god. It's a little surprising there. I was able to do it this time. I didn't forget. Okay. So the question is it worth going over here? I mean, I have the heat stamps now. Delegate session. Yes. Vote on whether adjusted shifts will be held. Okay. So we're going to do that. I want to expand this. Make this bigger. There we go. Yep. And then we'll get this one set up. And then that should give me more teams too, I think. In which case we can do more things together, I believe. Sue Miller, 12, apprentice. Ouch, my finger. These fucking spindles. Mrs. Boss Lady keeps joking that I'll fall asleep and get woken up by a prince. I don't get it. If a prince came near me, I'd rob him blind and then make him do the bloody spinning. But it's a right. Gonna beat my record today. Nice, strong yarn. Auntie Mabel says if I can weave, I can work with her at the mill. Beats freezing in the streets. Family apprenticeship promises a better future for the children of the city. It beats freezing in the streets, yeah. It also beats, you know, being a little punk in the streets as well. Definitely. Okay, so we want to get the logistics. I need 200 prefabs. God, so close. So close. This coal, this coal is a problem. I'm gonna temporarily turn it on overdrive. I don't think that really works, does it? Hang on. Mix shows what type of fuels are currently used. Okay, so yeah. So this is gonna use less coal, right? Yeah. Overdrive uses less coal for the same. That's what I need. I need less coal. So we're gonna hit overdrive. We're gonna extend our coal just for a little bit longer. I have to keep an eye on that, but the hope is I can get enough frickin' prefabs. No, I need 200 of them. Okay, tell you what we're gonna do, because I think this is more valuable. We're gonna break this down. Break that district down. And then that will give us the prefabs we need to get that, and then I can build it. Nothing lost. Biowaste hothouse. Our biowaste hothouse has begun cooperating with people who forage for food additives in the forest land. On top of their regular duties, they provide it with leaves, animal carcasses, and feces in order to enrich its compost. This will no doubt increase food output. Biowaste hothouse produces more food thanks to foraged additives. Ah, they work together. I didn't see that coming. Well, how about that? We have a huge surplus of food now. Lovely. Fixed it. You're welcome, people. Remember who fixed it. They'll remember as soon as I run out of coal right now. I'm gonna run out of coal. This is not good. You there. You're off now. Who else? Who else wants to be off? Go like this. Reduce I need to reduce all of our usage. Everyone feel free to be reduced. There we go. Almost. Okay, our coal will last. Technically, our coal will last indefinitely right now, but that's only because the generator is in overdrive. And I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure exactly how long that will last, but it just needs to be long enough for me to get this logistics office in right here. This will go around. Done. Another logistics office here. If I do that and I zoom out, can I now have this? Can I now have this work this way? Hold on. Remains of the Dreadnought's engine. I see. No, I don't want that. I want... Okay, hold on. Vote held on Frostlander's proposal. Okay, that's fine. This right here. I want you... Yep, to go here. Now, that gives me that other post. Good. That's what I want. Build it. Okay, and then that should, I think anyway, should help us work the mine and get more. I hope. It helps us do that. Need another housing district. Perhaps I can expand this existing one. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. 2, 3, expand. There we go. Just a little bit more expansions. Can we do it on this one too? No, we already expanded that one. Okay. We're almost there. Abandoned mine outpost currently extracting coal. Yes, is it? Yes, it says currently extracting coal. Good. So it is working now. We have a 250 output on this. We're using 10 of our Frostland teams to do this, but it is working. Shipping by trail to New London. Good. It's excellent news. So that's giving us, yes, there's all of our coal that we needed. We can stop this from overdriving now. I can go ahead and stop that. There we go. You know what? Why don't we just let that linger a little longer? We can build up a surplus. Build up a little bit in the tank, you know what I mean? Let's get that going. All right, we need more materials now. So let's get the material collection back up. We can afford that again. And I think you are already on goods. Let's jack that up. And then we need another industrial district. And then that combined with more housing and we're good to go. It's just a matter of a little bit of a waiting game now, but I stabilized it, kind of. It's almost there. I have a crime problem because of the goods shortage, but we're almost there, right? We're good on materials, so we can repair things. We got a good food surplus. We're going to build that stockpile back up. It's going to be great. And then the coal is going back up now. It took a little bit of time. Certainly was not very smooth. May have broke a promise or two. But we got her done. And now we can do the waste heat conversion, which is kind of interesting. What's that? Heat recycling. Redirect accesses heat from industrial machines to neighboring districts and infrastructure, increasing the heat available to the city. Heat demand in housing districts is decreased. We need that. Heat overclocking. Of course, the Londoners want me to just work harder. Sure. Yeah. Production efficiency is increased. No, I like this. We're going to enable that. I want all the heating areas. I want all of the housing districts to be in better shape.
Give the right of way to frost-breaking teams in transit.
Yep, please do that, guys. I think I'm good here. We're gonna hit this button right here though. See what this is, and then we're gonna be good for today on this video. Unused quarters, no contagion prevention. Steward. With disease currently under control, more and more citizens question why we keep some housing empty for potential quarantine. I just did this. Makes no bloody sense, complained an anonymous clerk. We keep maintaining these places just in case, when they could make some folks happy right now. A mixed coalition of delegates agree with the complaints and has drafted a new law which would deregulate the issue of contagion altogether. The no contagion prevention law is now available in the council. New policies unlocks. Okay. Great. Well, I have not completed this objective. It says find a permanent source of fuel outside the city. I have not managed to do that. But with Frozen Bay, we have more Frostland teams now because of that extra post too. So we can go and look at this. This is going to give us more people, of course. It's not going to give us the thing we were looking at, the fuel source we were looking at here. Cores, prefabs, dangerous. Mountains are considered deadly. There's food out that way. The gorge, it just says dangerous. Many scouts will be injured. Doesn't really say what will be out that way. I think the Highlands is kind of where we need to be here, but I don't know this. But there's the only places left to go are considered dangerous. Not necessarily deadly, but dangerous. This one, of course, being safe. So that's the one we're going to do now. But I have no idea if we're going to find a fuel source out that way. But we'll see. This one here says it has materials. We can go to the mountains later. It says, of course, deadly. Many scouts will die. At least, like, injured isn't that bad. But I think if I'm going to have people injured, I should really look at getting... also, I kind of want to look and see what this thing is. So, like, are they under the ice or... They're just traveling. That's a pretty... That's a pretty janky little setup there, but all right. Oh, you know what it is? I think it's a... I think they come in with this, right? They're sending the resources by like a zip line kind of thing. That's I think what that is. It said Skyway, right? It said, I think that's what it said, right? Trail construction. I mean, well, it just says a trail actually, but I thought it said I thought I remember seeing something about Skyway. But either way, that's gonna do it for me, guys, today. Thank you so much for watching. Frostpunk 2. So far, very entertaining for me anyway. I hope it is for you too. We got the situation with coal under control. We're working on the housing thing. I need more prefabs and stuff for that. And then just so that you guys can see that I did it, so I don't forget, this is now off overdrive. And with it being off overdrive, we still have a surplus. That's a good thing to see. Okay, take it easy. Love your faces. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.